Hello and welcome to some exciting review today from BigFilms The Destruction Pack. I really thought it would be a fun session to give you a little insight of this Destruction Pack BigFilms just released some time ago, and what elements are inside and what you can pretty much achieve for that destruction effects, which come with over 120 pre-rendered animated effects. And as you can see, you have here 4K effects, ProRes movie files with an alpha channel in 7 categories, drag and drop, royalty free. And you can use it with After Effects, Final Cut, DaVinci, HitFilm. Even with Nuke you could punch out pretty much fast layouts and interesting scenes for your short movie or your visualization or action disaster movie. So the whole package costs $89, and they have plenty other ones like sound effects and explosion packages, but today I would like to show you some really nice stuff you can make with this package in After Effects. So once you downloaded everything on your hard drive, you get access to different movie files like this airplane here, which is pre-rendered and rigged also with animation. And when you can see here, we have a pretty interesting and nice flying big plane that is breaking off the wing and having some debris coming from this chaotic incident. And this is what makes the package so powerful, that you can very fast use pre-rendered sequences for your layout or your movie, and this setup is done very fast and in a very interesting way, and it leads from planes and from cars to destruction, even to street props, where you can build in those signs here that also behave in a realistic animated way. And it's all the theme is all created for destruction scenes. I pretty much guess it was done with some simulation software like Houdini or Thinking Particles, or with Cinema 4D particle systems. But regardless of that, those effects are very handy when you want to build up scenes like this here. So here we have a BigFilm Destruction FX example, and before you start right off, you're gonna drag in your movie files into the project. It's important that you set your project to the right color space. In my case it's sRGB, and that you use 32-bit floating channels for making the best detail out of your animations. So the scene is looking like something like this. So if you have seen here, we have this plane flying across an airfield, And we have also a bus coming in from the right, rolling through the left. And from the very far field, you can see a car that is crushing and rolling over the concrete there. And we have also here the sign that is smashing over when all those accidents are happening. And this is what makes this package so fun to work with. You can pretty much build up your layers with different elements like the sign here that is breaking off. And for the scene here, we have pretty much some crumbling ground also. And the sign here that is coming in a very high resolution. And you can see that in the effects tab, we have some soft, Gaussian soft effect to soften out the appearance of our sign here, to give it more realism when it's closer to the camera. And this is pretty much like an onion principle, that you drag your elements down to your composition. And you can see here that the big airplane flies behind the sign, and then the bus comes into play. It's rolling and crumbling, and you have all the opportunities to do color correction, and you can make coloring your element maybe into another color, and you can pick out the color here, make it for example green, then you have some green bus rolling. So as this is baked in camera, space and time, you can make very easily and very fast those adjustments. But for custom effects, when you really need something that is in a certain time, in a certain area, in a certain situation, I think then this package reaches its limits. But as far as you plan your shots in terms of the dynamic of the elements, then I think it's a very, very nice package to play with. And this is what makes this package very powerful and very fun to play. Here we have also the small airplane which is flying away, and the wing starts to break off, and everything is rendered in 4K, so the resolution is quite high. And you can see that when we look inside the library of our downloaded files, that you get plenty of those effects. So here you can see that we have vehicles, street props, ground. And when you look inside, you see that those QuickTime movies are quite large. So the download takes a while, so make sure you have a fast internet connection. And when we look here at the white car, then we can see that this is coming up with a very dynamic and dramatic scene here. All those debris are smashing around, and the car is bending and flexing. And it has a great realism in terms of digital animations. So for this price, I think 89 bucks, it's something that makes a lot of sense when you just want to dive into the world of layouting and using pre-baked effects for your production. When time is tight and the budget is low, then this is definitely the right choice to go with. And you can see here we have here this car smashing from the top and all the windows. Also has decent motion blur. Or we have here those street props I mentioned in the beginning. There is this nice traffic sign here that is smashing down and bending. So in terms of available elements, you have a lot to play with. And here's the sign again from the beginning. Smashing wood blocks. And we have here some ground crumbling. So here you see a massive ground crumbling effect. That looks pretty decent. We have secondaries, we have fragments. Also here we have the debris sitting on top of our fragments and also some smoke. So pretty much a nice package to go with when you want fast effects and pre-baked layouts for your bigger production. For small teams it's also very nice and affordable. So that's why I think that you can not make a lot wrong when getting this package, because as they also mention on their website, you can, when you film in the right way and in the right direction of your art direction, you can get very fast, very cool effects. So here we have a larger field and everything is crumbling and breaking up. So you definitely should give it a go, and I'm looking forward what you can create with it. And thanks for watching, and I want to play this little animation for the last time. Would like to hear what you think about it, if you have experience with it, if you have used it already in your project. This would be very interesting. So what I forgot to mention is that you also get those mass building destructions here. As you can see on the website, they made a little explanation video with some of their most important elements and shots, and there you can see all those things together in a very interesting short movie. So here's the rendered scene, and you can see that it's quite fun and interesting to use those assets and sequences for making short little action scenes, but in terms of dynamic and real production where you have certain elements created customly and very individual. I think that is one of the limitations of this package, that regardless, but makes it very fun and fast to work with. And when you look at the price, then I think it's something that makes it very, very fun to play with. So thanks for watching. I hope you got some little inspiration from this. And let me know when you have created similar scenes. And see you soon.